Advised.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation and Globe My Business present Open for Business.
Greetings from the Philippines to the world. We are on Facebook Live on Eagle News and also on our streaming site, eaglenewslive.com. Watch us on our YouTube channel at Eagle News. Ako po si Cesar Valleos. Welcome to Open for Business. Join me discover the latest news and information in business around the world. Stay ahead of the curve from vision to action. Today, we will learn about the current state of the financial industry based on the survey conducted by Globe. One of the insights from that survey are the reasons why people are now adopting technology to enable their businesses and how fintech companies are opening financial services to more people. In this episode of Open for Business, we are running the business consultation caravan of Globe My Business on the topic the financial sector after ECQ, how to move towards recovery and continuity. The panelists in this episode are Kathleen Pavia, AVP of the Enterprise Team of Mint, the company behind GCash, Eddie Sonchai, the Executive Director of CDN Technology, Inc., and the Board of Director of FinTech Philippines Association, Spark Pereras, co-founder and CEO of PearlP, as moderated by EJ Arboleda, founder and CEO of Taxumo. Stay with us. Open for Business will return.
Iba't iba man ang pinanggalingan, iisa lang ang pinangahawakan. Ang pangarap na makilala sa kanilang larangan. Mas titindi pa ang performances ng ating mga TNG aspirants dito lang sa pinakabago at pinakamalaking talent competition ng Philippine Television. Ito ang...
Tagisan ng Galing is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Sandig sugar-free white coffee, puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na Sandig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free. Vet-approved Nutrichops, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and prebiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa Nutrichops. Magnolia Chicken Templados, delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Lunch and Meat, pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda, kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Food Standard Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap. Co-presented by Kubert, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing and sanitary services. Cooper, your ultimate MEPS and air conditioning solutions. Unlad Incorporated International, fight against global poverty. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Canrib Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee, masarap, mabango, at healthy pa. Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico. Participation with Rain or Shine Elastomeric Waterproofing Paint. Color for protection for your home. Matimco. Matimco is wood. Wood is Matimco. R Square Variables Incorporated, your trusted UPS supplier and UPS maintenance provider in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. CompuZell Computer Services, ID card and lanyard manufacturer. Saisho International Trading Corporation, DN Steel, IMAC UPB Roof Corporation.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved Nutrichunks with active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa Nutrichunks.
Skyway Stages 1 and 2, the elevated toll road system project, run from a section of the South Luzon Expressway from Alabang to Magallanes, Makati. The Skyway Stage 3 is an elevated expressway connecting the South Luzon Expressway through the existing Skyway Stages 1 and 2 to the North Luzon Expressway via Balintawak. Skyway Stage 4 is an 80-kilometer mixed elevated and at-grade toll road that will connect the existing Skyway system, starting from the FTI section all the way to Bulacan.
Hey, Gretchen Ho here, and I'm a white coffee lover. Creamy kasi, and very yummy. Pero mas masarap kung hindi nakaka-guilty. Check my new discovery, Sandmade Sugar-Free White Coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! Sandmade Sugar-Free White Coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
Ikaw lang ang star ng buhay ko. Para sa akin, perfect ka. Ibang klase ang sarap ng corned beef mo. Ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Pag Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, sarap ng corned beef, inangat pa ng real cheese cubes. Kaya perfect ang sarap. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef.
So ano ba itong nasalihan natin na Business Consultation Caravan? This is one of Globe My Business's way of helping the Filipino SMEs during the time of enhanced community quarantine. This will be a series of webinars covering different relevant topics for you. All you need to do is watch out for the calendar invite in the Globe My Business page on Facebook to follow the schedule, or just check with the secretariat of your respective organizations. I tell you guys, the service to the SMEs through this learning activity gets better and better with each session. Globe My Business will be offering more, so please watch out for the next ones. So thank you to our panelists for, again, taking the time this morning to impart their knowledge and their experience, especially with the ECQ happening and everything. No? So it would be super interesting to learn the tips that they have for us and to learn the best practices that they probably have observed and learned, no, during this ECQ. So definitely, I'm also going to take down notes because I'm definitely going to learn a lot from our panelists for today as well. No? Okay, so just to start, I'm going to share a brief overview, a very quick 2-slide overview of the state of the financial industry currently. And so basically what happened was Globe started a survey, or created a survey that was asked by respondents in the financial industry. And these were some key main points that I wanted to point out. No? So based on this survey, the first question that was asked from the respondents was, what are the reasons why you're adopting technology? Okay. And the answers were interesting because 38% said that they're adopting technology mainly as a cost savings measure. Okay. While 30% said that they wanted to expand to a new market. So a new market includes a new geographic market. They wanted to break away from the bounds of geography that they currently have and wanted to move into a different geography, while some considered market expansion as moving to a new demographic altogether. So they're starting to move perhaps to the younger market, to the millennial market, who are mostly online. So that's also one reason why they're adopting technology. And then 22% said that they wanted to adopt technology for operational efficiency and productivity gains. Okay, so this one naman is true because especially with ECQ, the main ways of ensuring productivity are currently not working anymore. No, so you don't have Bundy clocks to measure people's time in, time out anymore. It's impossible to do that. No, so now they're looking at ways of making sure that people are still productive, even with this new normal that we're experiencing. With that, you'll see that fintech is actually opening financial services to a lot more people. For example, banks like ING and CIMB are really doubling down on becoming a purely digital bank. They're no longer even considering building branches. Their strategy is really to become purely digital bank. The bank in people's wallets. While some other entities such as Tala and Cashwagon, they're of course microfinance institutions. You can get loans from them purely online, no, purely through the phone, and even pawn shops. Actually, Pawn Hero, one of the early startups actually here in the Philippines, their process is purely online. You just book, you just put the item you want to pawn. If you're okay with that, then someone will come to your place and get your item. No, so it's purely digital. They actually are bringing the services to the people. So with that, it's actually a lot more vital, no, because the financial industry sector is becoming a lot more competitive, especially with all of these new services. So it's important that we understand and we adopt technology as well, so that we also become competitive. No, we don't want to become, the dinosaur that basically became extinct because we were the last one to adopt technology. Being a laggard in this space is a very, very difficult place to be in. Okay, so for our first discussion today, we have Ms. Len Pavia, and she will share the current state of business and the industry. How has the market changed, and what are some of the changes implemented by the operations?
Hi, everyone. It's really a great opportunity to be presenting you today. So I think EJ was able to present diba, some highlights on how the industry is changing. So I titled my presentation Adapting to the New Normal Through Financial Technology. So I think technology in general is something that is very relevant, especially with this ECQ, diba? I mean, that's why we're having this webinar right now, because we can't have the physical, typical forum, right? And it's nice to have a lot of audience joining the forum. But even more so, aside from technology, I guess financial technology, to be more specific, is becoming more relevant. And I guess this is not relevant now, just now, but it's even relevant even before the ECQ. So next slide, please. So when we talk about financial inclusion and the relevance of fintech, so we can't ignore yung fact then kasi that when we look at the bank or the formal financial institutions, their reach and their presence nationwide is limited. So based on the last survey, there's still 66% of Filipinos remain to be unbanked. And primarily because they don't have the physical access to your typical banks. And what will be more accessible to them will be your pawn shops, your cooperatives, your rural banks, of course, which is the critical role of your businesses, basically, diba? I know that a majority, if not all of our attendees now, are coming from that sector. So you really play a key role in making financial inclusion a reality. And since a number of them don't really have access to to banking, basically, a number of them, or a majority of Filipinos, still do cash-based transactions. Now, if you do cash-based transactions, it also doesn't enable Filipinos to get a credit score. So that's why they go through informal lenders, the 5-6 type of lending, to get their credit. But when we look at technology on how, for example, the SIM penetration, so this data is coming from 2020 digital state of the Philippines. So out of the 109 million Filipinos that we have right now, almost 50% are in the urbanized area. It's significant because this will be the areas wherein there will be good signal as well, I guess. And then if you look at that population, there's even more SIM cards. I mean, I guess this is common knowledge already, no? There are more SIM cards. There are almost 1.5 times more SIM cards as compared to the Filipinos. So this is because some will have 2 phones, some will have a dual SIM type of phone, diba? And will have both networks, for example. And out of the Filipinos who would have internet access, it's already 67% of the population. And we only foresee this number going up, diba? As telcos like Globe continuously improve yung connectivity and the presence of their network across the Philippines. So looking at smartphone as well, so that we all know the cost of smartphone has continuously gone down. So it has become more affordable for Filipinos. So that's why when we look at this percentage, this 93% is coming from Filipinos age 16 to 64. So basically, really the sweet spot of people who can get or open a bank account rather, diba? And the people who are accessing internet through their smartphones will be 95% of this 93%. So really there's a good potential in terms of utilizing mobile technology to become financially included as well. So hence the term digital financial inclusion. So that was the state already prior to the ECQ, diba? We already know that there is a challenge in accessing formal banks, but it's even more obvious nowadays, diba, with the ECQ, wherein you have, ito yung three, I guess, highlights of what the new normal is for us today, and even potentially even post ECQ, even as we go through the modified ECQ or even GCQ. Highly likely that maintained physical distancing would still be there, diba? Kasi sabi nga nila, the vaccine highly likely will be developed next year. And then yung production will take another 6 months. So sabi nga nila, 2022 pa daw baka maging available, diba? So definitely, these three things would something that will be very relevant pa rin in the coming months, even years. So breaking it down lang, for example, transportation. I think there are a lot of discussions ongoing ngayon with LTFRB in terms of how yung mga pwede lang mag-operate will be those who will be accepting digital payments. Kasi nga, they want to lessen the physical exchange, diba? And cash definitely, I mean, diba, sabi mo, pwede ka maghugas ng kamay pag uwi mo sa bahay, but if you hold your money, you can't wash your money. You can't, like, put it in the laundry or something, diba? So cash is actually a way to transmit pa rin the disease, diba? So healthcare, we are also getting a lot of inquiries on how they should conduct digital consultations na, lalo na if it's not really yung super urgent type of condition that you want to consult. So they are going into digital solutions as well. Education also, for those who are capable, they're encouraging schools to become more online and promote online type of learning. And of course, doing cashless payments as well. Kasi syempre, instead na pumila sa school to pay for tuition fees, school fees. So that's what we're seeing in relation to maintaining that physical distancing. If you look at the operations of businesses, a lot of them are really shifting to online as well. Since they cannot really open their stores yet, and even if when they open their stores, di ba, ang guidelines ng government is dapat may 2 meters apart between one customer or one table and another. So it doesn't become so efficient for them or cost effective for them to open a shop if they'll only be able to maybe 50% lang yung kaya nilang ilagay ng mga tao doon, diba? So now they're shifting more to online. And then looking at government naman, of course, expanding yung online transactions and payments. And even now, diba, we have that social amelioration program of the government, and they are having a challenge dispersing that because ang primary mode nila is, if not banks, physical cash. So they're also looking at alternative modes of disbursement of this kind of financial assistance. And of course, on the workforce, if you have a normal, of course, for your rural banks, cooperatives, and even other financial institutions, you will have your skeletal workforce or either a rotational type of setup for your offices. And definitely, I mentioned yung kanina, internet is one of your top priorities, diba, na solution. So, kasi nga, we're trying to go online. So definitely, connectivity will be one of the basic necessities na talaga, which also includes collaboration solutions and other easy to implement digital business na services or solutions. And you also see even the main businesses, including banks, also promoting fintech like GCash to cross-promote yung services. So on your left, yung sa screen nyo is a PNB post, basically promoting na even if you're a PNB user, if you are sending to someone who doesn't have a bank account, you can send to GCash. So all they need is really a mobile number to open a GCash account, right? And then looking at the businesses, the relevant businesses na dati offline, the physical supermarkets like Pure Gold, Prince Hypermart, which is very relevant sa Visayas. Of course, they're physical stores, but they're also shifting online. And now they're starting to accept as well digital payments, which include GCash. Just to illustrate on how our business, GCash, has really been growing and becoming more relevant nowadays. So on your left, if you look at the financial app, na top apps in Google Play, we're actually number 1. And if you look at sa Google Play Store, yung top 3 apps lang, one is not updated. If you look at it today, we're actually top 3. But definitely, we always play within the top 10 of the Google Play Store. And then I guess depending on the day-to-day basis, kung nagiging 2, 3. And we're top 3, and that's next after Zoom. So yon. And we're only the financial app actually in the top 10 in Google Play Store. And we make Google Play Store, I guess, sort of like a measure because majority of Filipinos will be using the Android type, diba? So there. And then looking at day-to-day daily app registration, it has increased really by 100%. So nagdo-double yung registration namin day-to-day. And while almost all transactions in the GCash app are really increasing, we see the most growth in sending money, sending to bank, and online payments for the same reason that I illustrated in the previous slides by more than 70%. And how we are trying to build our services and how we are trying to improve the overall functionality of GCash is by creating really an ecosystem. So we want to build a cashless nation that's leading to finance for all. So what you see on your screen right now is the ecosystem that we're trying to build. So it starts from inflow meaning how you put money inside your GCash wallet. So we're making that more accessible, regardless kung offline or online. Offline meaning your over-the-counter type of cash-in transactions through the likes of Pure Gold, SM, Robinsons, your typical pawn shops, the likes of Palawan Pawn Shop, Cebuana. So you can put money inside your GCash wallet through these offline partners. But we're also making the online cash-in channels more accessible. So ito yung either direct online transfers from a BPI account to GCash or Union Bank account to GCash, or just by linking your MasterCard or Visa na debit card. Something that we will highlight, I would like to highlight as well as a business solution is our payroll platform. So we do have a disbursement platform for companies. And yung significance niya is it makes the access to funding the GCash wallet easier when it comes to your employees. So essentially, you're empowering your employees to do digital transaction when you disperse to digital wallets as well, right? And then from simple day-to-day transfers and payments such as sending money, doing bank transfers, buying load, and even do bills payments. So for example, yung mga utilities like your Meralco, if you're from the Visayas, yung what's the electric, I forgot the electric company in Beco. There you go. Beco for Visayas, or even your Davao Light if you're in Mindanao. They're all billers in the GCash app. And then we transition to more lifestyle type of payments, whether that's online shopping, voucher payments. But what we're really proud of and what really separates us would be our financial services. So all through the GCash app, you can open a savings account, you can invest, and we also have a facility that builds your credit score. And with that credit score, you will have a certain credit line. So which means kapag credit line, as you would know, even if you don't have money inside the GCash wallet, you can use that credit line to do scan to pay payments, bills payments, and it makes the access to credit more accessible and even the payment easier as well. Next slide. So this would be, I guess, the relevant solutions that your companies might be interested in. So I already mentioned yung disbursement solution namin. So what's some highlights of the solution would be, it has no ADB requirement. So it's really just a facility for you to disburse to your clients, disburse to your employees, and it's the back end would still be whatever bank that you would be using to fund the platform. And then we say easy onboarding of accounts because the system will allow you to enroll and open an account for your customers through the portal. And then it will, even the uploading of data, as you are familiar with the KYC, the requirements of BSP, will also be through the platform. And you will have different options to do your payouts, whether that's pay now, scheduled, recurring. It has those kind of functionalities. And if you have certain workflows that requires multiple approvals or different type of approvals, so it has that kind of access as well. And everything can be done through a tablet, a mobile phone. All the approvals can be done through that. On the payment side naman, These are three main solutions. So we have your QR payments, which will be more relative or relevant rather for in-branch transactions. So instead of handing out cash, your customers will do QR payments if may kailangan silang bayaran. The in-app bills payment naman is more through the GCash app. So ito yung talagang doesn't need to be physically in the branch. So they can just access the GCash app and input, for example, their account details, the amount that they need to pay, and then proceed with a payment. The third one would be online payment. So this is when you start to develop, for example, your own website, your own app, and you want to do GCash acceptance as well in these platforms. Then we can also do GCash payment acceptance and either through direct connections or through our partners or aggregators. So so this would be the relevant business solutions that we are presenting and that we are getting a lot of inquiries from across different businesses and industries. So I guess that's how we're making GCash more and more relevant, not just on a consumer perspective, but also even on a business perspective. So that's all, EJ.
Thank you for that, Len. That was super interesting.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation and Globe My Business present Open for Business.
So my name's Park. I'm the co-founder and CEO of PearlP. So here's a rural bank. They are relatively small compared to the commercial banks, but aggregate them together, they have more branches and even more customers than a commercial bank. In the Philippines, there are 450 rural banks and more than 1,600 rural banks in Indonesia. The problem that we are solving is that almost all of these rural banks were trapped using passbooks, which is the paper-based technology. They don't have ATMs, no debit and prepaid cards, let alone mobile banking. That is why we created PearlPay, an end-to-end digital banking platform from core banking, agent banking, mobile banking, and remittance for as low as $99 per month. In search for greener pastures, last year we set up offices in Hong Kong and Singapore to facilitate first mile remittance. And we will be using the coalition network of the rural bank branches in Indonesia and the Philippines to become our last mile remittance facility. Every time you use your favorite prepaid, debit, or credit card, your issuing bank earns through interchange revenue on average of 1.14%. And almost all of the rural banks, together with their close to 20 million existing customers, are not participating in this digital payment economy. And we want to solve it by empowering these thousands of rural banks with our mobile payment and mobile banking technologies. As we speak, we are partnering with UnionPay to bring global acceptance to the mobile wallet of the rural banks. And we share the interchange revenue 75-25 in favor of the rural banks. Captains of the rural bank industry in the Philippines and Indonesia see the value of PearlPay. So why invest in digital technology? In his famous essay back in 2011, according to Mark Andreessen, software is eating the world in all sectors. In the future, probably starting today, all company will become a software company. So the investment in software, especially the digital technologies that enable us to participate in the digital economy, has never been pronounced. It has never been more important amidst the COVID-19. Thank you. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Spark. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, EJ.
So our last speaker for today is Mr. Edison Chai, yan. So from Seed-In and from the Philippine FinTech Association.
All right, thank you, EJ, and good morning to everyone. I'll be presenting about Seedin this morning. A little background on Seedin. We are a crowd lending platform. A little bit more in my okay. There are two markets that we serve, no? The investors and the businesses or SMEs across Southeast Asia. So, what are some of the reasons that businesses need financing? So that includes for their operating expenses, marketing, expansion, inventory purchase, or even debt consolidation. So sometimes it's a various of these reasons that businesses will need to borrow or require financing, especially during this time, no? Because obviously a lot of businesses are heavily hit. Industries like travel, tourism, hospitality, restaurants are near zero or zero income, right? So that being said, there will be a gap in revenue, and that's why they needed financing to survive as well during this COVID. So we have a term, and we say that and there are two things that we observe now. One is the need for financing, as well as the need for digitization. So I think the overarching theme among us three speakers is that digitize is the way to survive, right? So that's I think that theme has been resonated throughout the industries as well as the FinTech Philippines Association. All right. So what is crowd lending or crowdfunding? I think in Filipino term, there's a term called paluwagan, right? So it's a little similar to that, except it is done on digitized format as well as it is done locally and regionally or globally speaking. So the concept is very simple. Now you have people putting in a bit of money to achieve a common purpose, and that's the power of crowdfunding. Unlike traditional funding, where businesses borrow big money from a few institutions like banks, crowdfunding decentralizes the concept of lending by giving the power to the people, allowing them to chip in for as low as 1,000 pesos, right? And by the way, 1,000 is probably one of the lowest, no, in the industries. Of course, we know that, like example, GCash, right? GCash has G Invest, which is like 50 pesos. So that's for the micro investment, wherein it's in the mutual funds side, no, of things. So this one naman is more focused on lending to businesses, but the concept is similar. It's crowd funded to achieve the same purpose. So the business that needs the same 1 million pesos can either borrow from the bank or can borrow through CDN. And as I mentioned, we serve two markets: the investors and the borrowers. So on the left side of the slide, these are the business owners. Whatever sector you're in, you can apply through CDN and get assessed. No, so once we assess, we have conducted the due diligence, we have approved your loan, we will put it on our platform. So it's like a marketplace, no? And our remote purpose is very simple. It's Filipinos for the success of Filipino SMEs. So we fund we look for good Philippine businesses, potential businesses that are financially sound, to help them grow. But the ones who are funding it are Filipinos here and abroad. In fact, we have 1 out of 3 investors are OFWs. So we have done road shows in across Southeast Asia. We have done in Hong Kong, we have done in Singapore and Taiwan, where we have presence in, and we have a very big support from our overseas Filipino community. It is even more relevant in today's time, given that a lot of OFWs work are at risk, right? Given because of the recession, no, that's happening, and therefore we provide an alternative investment channel for them. Kumbaga, aside from looking, kasi pati real estate na hit, di ba? So we actually provide an alternative channel, especially that this is a very, very low entry level for them to start investing. It's just 1,000 pesos. Diba? Unlike if you buy a condominium, it's a 20, 25-year commitment, right? Malaking investment yun. Long term pa yan. Diba? So this is the opposite, right? Okay, so on the left side, these are the main things that good crowdfunding platform should cover. The interest returns of at least that beats the inflation, no? So right now our inflation, although there was a point when our inflation hit 6-7%, right? But now it's mas mababa na. I think lower than 4%. And then liquidity, it allows you to use your money. Hindi siya locked up na matagal, right? That's important. Security, of course, the financing projects are collateralized or secure. Duration is the length of the project. So 1 to 12 months only. No, it doesn't go beyond 12 months. Compliance, of course, we are regulated by the Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, and then the process we covered the through and through process. No? So our processes are we go the extra mile. We not only do the due diligence for our investors, we conduct the facilitation through our financing platform. So we are web-based and mobile-based. So everything is digital. We have been doing this for several years already, way before COVID happened. And that is why our business is not so much affected to the point na kailangan i-stop. But of course, there's always an effect of work from home and all that. But overall, business, I say business as unusual. So, and so collection, we also provide the collection facility and disbursement to our investors and borrowers. Right? We also provide several ways for you to earn through CDN. Aside from being an investor, you can also be a fund manager as well as a referral partner or leader in CDN. And we have had various industries. We have insurance agents, real estate agents joining that group, right? And even individuals and institutions. So the key to that is that for every way that you wish to benefit and build a passive income, CDN is there to provide the platform. All right. So how to join? Now, if you're an investor or if you're interested to invest, it's very simple. You just go to Google Play and App Store, right? Look for CDN, type CDN PH, look for the Philippine flag, no? And download and fill in KYC, and that's it. It's like creating a GCash wallet, right? It's as simple as that. And we're actually connected to GCash also. You can top up afterwards using your GCash. So ganun simple, no? Yeah, so that's, as an investor, it's very, very simple to join. Next slide. Now, if you're a business listening, a business owner, and you're interested to get financing through us, then you can go to these are the steps. You can go to our website, register as issuer, and then follow the rest of the steps, right? So you'll be guided. And if you have questions, you can always email us, or you can reach us on our social media. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we hope to continue for more support from all Filipinos around the world. We also have actually non-Filipinos but they are residing here, expats as well, who are supporting our platform. So we hope to continue receive your support, and with every Filipino around the world, or non-Filipinos, you can support the Filipino businesses, especially during this pandemic. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Edison, for that excellent presentation. I think it's so interesting, no, because it's great to see a crowdfunding platform finally here in the Philippines. So I think one question that people may have, Edison, is will are corporations also able? Can they become investors also on the platform? Or
actually, that's a very good question. And answer is a definite yes. And it has happened time and time again, where an investor, maybe he has his own business, he eventually became a borrower as well, and vice versa. No? A borrower who has eventually okay na, di ba, na may excess fund, or the owners themselves have some money, they will in fact become investors, and even sometimes invest in their own projects, right? So it's a positive cycle for both. Yes. So
so this is one question I think for Spark, no? So the question is, how shall rural banks in rural areas digitize when the place has no internet connection?
Actually, that's a good question. So now, as aforementioned, we are an end-to-end digital banking platform. So which means we provide the core banking solution, the mobile banking. Now, for those rural banks, especially in the far-flung areas where internet connection is very limited, for example, so we have this solution. It's called agent banking solution. So what's the meaning of agent banking solution? So an authorized bank personnel, like a cashier, for example. So it's a branchless banking. So if I'm the authorized branch banking personnel, I will have this device, which is called an agent bank device, and I can basically go to a wet public market, for example, and then start offering banking transactions to the wet public market vendors. And it has been proven successfully by one of the top rural banks in the Philippines who has implemented this recently. They have more transactions on the agent bank channel rather than the conventional branch banking channel. Why? Because the wet public market vendors, they don't have the time to go physically to a banking branch, whereas an authorized banking personnel uh, can physically visit their public market stall and start doing banking transactions. So and for the agent banking, it doesn't have to be online. Meaning to say, if the device can get a proper signal, for example, it can facilitate offline transactions. What does it mean is that it doesn't totally rely to an internet connections, and then but the transaction is being recorded securely and safely to the agent bank device. And then once the authorized bank personnel goes back to the branch, it will automatically sync with the core banking system or the core banking solution. So data will be updated and transactions will be fully recorded. So that's one of the transitional technology because we understand that internet could still be a challenge.
Now, this is for Edison naman. The interest rates charged to Philippine companies are higher than other Southeast Asian countries.
The trend among financing lending rates anywhere in the world now is that usually in stabler markets, more advanced markets, the rates are lower, right? So the countries like Singapore, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, they have a relatively lower lending and savings rate as compared with emerging markets like Philippines and Cambodia. So in terms of the interest rates that are being charged to Philippine companies, generally speaking, no, it is higher than those of the developed countries.
To add there as well, no? So the high interest rate. So I think it's also coming from the lack of information in terms of the type of credit you can provide to a user. Eh. Kasi nga, di ba, I mentioned earlier, we're primarily cash-based. Since cash, technically wala ka siyang trace, di ba? You can't really say how much is this person really paying on a regular basis, what are the type of payments that this person is doing, because they're primarily cash. So I guess that's one thing that we're trying to do with the GCash credit. Like for example, it starts the interest rate for the credit that we provide. It starts at 5%, but it goes lower as we see more transactions of your inside the GCash app. So for example, if we see more cash ins, more transactions, we know more about the user basically. Then the interest rate actually goes down to 4% to 3%, etc. So it's, I think that's one of the key things as well.
There are a lot of questions for seed in actually, Edison. No? So a lot of questions on how secure are the loans and how sure is it? Like for example, there's one question here where she is a housewife. Is it a sure investment for her if she invests in seed in?
Right. So first of all, when it comes to investment, there's nothing. Wala naman 100% sure. There's no investment that will 100% guarantee, right? Whether you're investing in stocks or mutual funds or any investment. So that being said, we are as close to that as possible given our secured financing model.
So I guess that the main lesson that I'm hearing, no, that I'm learning is that there's a lot of opportunity present in today's climate, no? I think a lot of the companies have been hesitant to change because they have been hesitant to. It's mainly because their market is not changing, diba? That's why the people providing that service, they're also not changing because of course they're adjusting to the market. But now with ECQ, there are a lot of opportunities to change that behavior of the market and influence it in the path that will be most beneficial for your company. No? So that's very interesting. And I think a lot of what I'm hearing is that now is the time to do that. This is an opportunity to do that. No? So I guess even though that, like COVID-19 and the ECQ is bad in general, we don't like it in general, but there are still, silver linings there that are present. So finally, thank you to our panelists for sharing your insights. We truly appreciate your time this morning. I know you're all super busy. If you're anything like us, you have more calls now with ECQ. So thank you for spending time with us. No? So just some parting words maybe from our panelists, and we can start with Len.
I think my message will just be for people to be more open-minded in terms of exploring different digital solutions. I mean, definitely there are a lot of sources to get more information. So in terms of the security and whatever concerns that you have, I guess it's a matter of just really understanding what the available solutions are and what will be best fitting for your needs.
All right. Thank you, Len. Spark, some final words?
All right. So basically, adopt and survive. Adapt to these digital technologies. We need to participate in this, the new norm, the new world order, and the digital economy. So adopt. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Spark. I said final words. That's so wrong. I meant parting words. I'm so sorry. Okay. So final panelist, Edison, how about some parting words naman from you?
Okay. All right. So, well, if you want to know more about Siren, you can always go to our website, sirenph.tech. You can find us on Facebook. You can message us there as well. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and definitely download our mobile app to try us out. If you want to know more about the FinTech Philippines Association, you can go to our website as well. It's fintechph.org. And we're also on Facebook, so you can find us there. If you want to join, network with other companies, individuals who are in similar fields or even other industries, please do join the association. And we have a very diversified network of professionals and companies that will definitely help your business as well. So and do remember that we are all in this together, and we are here to help you adapt, digitize, transform, and survive. So thank you again so much for this morning.
So thank you. Awesome. Thank you again to the three of you. Thank you so much for your time. So SMEs, on days when you need to learn more tips and tricks on running your business, or you just want to be inspired by success stories of other SMEs like you, please check out Globe My Business Academy online by visiting, and this is the URL, mybusinessacademy.ph. Okay? And on days when you're ready to upgrade your business with more technology, you can go to the Globe website for our products and business solutions. You can contact your assigned account manager or dial 121 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Mondays to Fridays. Again, I am EJ Araboleda. I'm the CEO and founder of Taxumo. So if you have any questions on taxation, that's where we can help as well. If you have ideas on digitizing your taxes, we can definitely help with that. Just visit taxumo.com. And with that, we wish everyone to please take care of yourselves during these trying times, and please stay safe at home. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Iba't iba man ang pinanggalingan, iisa lang ang pinangahawakan. Ang pangarap na makilala sa kanilang larangan. Mas titindi pa ang performances ng ating mga TNG aspirants dito lang sa pinakabago at pinakamalaking talent competition ng Philippine Television. Ito ang...
Tagisan ng Galing is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Sanmig sugar-free white coffee, puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na Sanmig sugar-free white coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free. Vet-approved NutriChoice, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and prebiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo ganado ang fur babies niyo. Listo ganado sa NutriChoice. Magnolia Chicken Templados, delicious, ready to cook and freshly marinated daily. Pure Foods Luncheon Meat, pure sarap for every family. Star Chunky Cheese Corned Beef, ang cheesy ng corned beef mo. Walang duda, kids can tell na #1 ang Pure Foods Tender Juicy. Ang tender, ang juicy, ang sarap. Co-presented by Cooper, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing, and sanitary services. Cooper, your ultimate MEPS and air conditioning solutions. Unlad Incorporated International, fight against global poverty. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Canrib Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee, masarap, mabango, at healthy pa. Puerto Rico Resort and Convention Center, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I love Puerto Rico. In participation with Rain or Shine Elastomeric Waterproofing Paint, colorful protection for your home. Matimco. Matimco is wood. Wood is Matimco. R Square Variables Incorporated, your trusted UPS supplier and UPS maintenance provider in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. CompuZell Computer Services, ID card and lanyard manufacturer. Saisho International Trading Corporation, DN Steel, IMAC UPB Roof Corporation.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved NutriChoice with active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa NutriChoice.
The South Luzon Expressway, a 36-kilometer long road that runs from Alabang to Santo Tomas, Batangas, connects several commercial and residential areas in the Greater Manila and the provinces of Laguna, Cavite, and Batangas. This will soon be extended all the way to the province of Quezon.
Hey, Gretchen Ho here, and I'm a white coffee lover. Creamy kasi, and very yummy. Pero mas masarap kung hindi nakaka-guilty. Check my new discovery, San-Made Sugar-Free White Coffee. Puno ng white coffee taste without the sugar, kaya lower calories. Try mo na! San-Made Sugar-Free White Coffee. Sarap ng white coffee, now sugar-free.
Bakit natin ipinagluluto ang mga mahal natin? We want them to feel special. Some meaty luncheon meat that we serve. If your pure intentions had a taste, it would taste like Pure Foods. Pure sarap. Pure Foods luncheon meat.
Thank you for watching Open for Business. Join us again in the next episodes of Open for Business for more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, and industry experts promoting business development in the Philippines. See you again every Saturday and Sunday here in Open for Business, where we discuss business information, deliver the latest business news to keep you informed and open for business, and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. You're on Facebook Live on Eagle News, and you can watch us again in the video section of the Eagle News Facebook page and on eaglenewslive.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Eagle News. And here are the many ways to donate and be able to help health workers and frontliners through the FYM Medical Foundation as our beneficiary. First, donate via pymy.co/EBC. Just use any Visa, MasterCard, or JCB credit, debit, or prepaid card and donate by logging on to pymy.co/EBC. Just choose an amount you wish to donate and enter your card details. And second, if you have a PayMaya account, you can easily donate by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Just log on to your app click the scan button, point your camera to the QR code that you see on the screen, and enter the amount you wish to donate. And third is donate via PayPal. For PayPal app users, just log on to eaglenews.ph and click the PayPal Donate Now button found at the upper portion of the website. Input the amount you wish to donate. Click Use this donation for Enjoy Music Beyond the Crisis and choose between donate with PayPal or donate with a credit card for your other details. And fourth, donate directly to the EBC bank account that is flashed in your screens. You can also transact online or directly with your banks. And donate using the ebc.pay8.app. Just go to ebc.pay8.app or scan the QR code, and you can now choose to donate over the counter via the app. After typing your donation details, you can choose your payment options. Over the counter payments like Palawan Express, LBC Easy Pay, and Cebuana Lulier. You can also pay through credit and debit cards and mobile e-wallets using the ebc.pay8.app. Wherever you are in the world, you can easily help those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, even while at home, through our beneficiary, FYM Medical Foundation. Donate now and watch out for the next performances of Enjoy Music Beyond the Crisis, ABC 52nd Anniversary Special on Net 25 in all ABC social media channels on May 24, 2020. Together, let's all do our part and stand as one against COVID-19. Enjoy music beyond the crisis. We're open for business. This is Cesar Vallejos. We live in interesting times.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation and Globe My Business present Open for Business.